Hello everybody, this is George with Melnix Automotive. I am working on a 2014 Honda Accord, and as you could see, I'm not sure if my graphics are okay. My screen may be a little bit blurry, but anyway, I have ABS traction control, and and I also have the flashing light for the tire pressure. This vehicle has a code 53-11. It's a VSA motor stock on, and I went ahead and I already did my diagnosis. I already know the problem. I'm going to share with you what would be the fix, but in your case it might be different. My car was in an accident and it's been fixed, so the airbag lights, just ignore that. I want to show you what the fix would be and how to check your motor. So I'm gonna turn off the car. I'm gonna go to the engine bay and I'm gonna show you what's going on. So first, what I did, as you would want to do it first, I went ahead and I checked the fusible links. There's the 30 amp right here, fusible link for VSA. I also checked all the fuses, and you want to go ahead and check the relays, because sometimes the relay could be sticky and it could just power up the ABS unit that's right here. And I'm going to show you, I took it apart because it was constantly giving me a code, VSA motor stock on. So what I did, I have a VSA motor right here. I went ahead and I pulled it off. There's 3 screws that hold it in place, and it goes right over here. Okay, and it's constantly telling me that it's stuck on. So it's one of the two things. My fuses are fine. It's either bad motor or I have some sort of wiring issue. But I'm going to show you how you could quickly test this motor. And, I'm not sure if you could buy this motor alone, and I'm not sure if it's rebuildable. But most Honda and Acura have identical motors. The whole hub assembly, the actual pump and all that, this might be different the way it's designed, but these motors are mostly all the same. Modules are also different in most vehicles between Hondas and Acuras, but the motors are like 99% the same. So it would be, a lot of times if you have this motor that burned up, because these do go bad, you could pick it up on eBay, like an older module from Honda, or maybe at the recycling yard. And you could just replace the motor. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go ahead and there's as you could see right in here, there's 2 leads, one on one side and one on the other side. Okay, what I'm going to take alligator clips, and I'm gonna connect them to the battery, and I'm gonna gently tap one of them. I'm gonna connect it so it's live, and the second one, positive or negative, it don't matter. I'm going to just tap it just to see if this motor spins. Once it spins, I know for a fact I have a good motor. Then I have another issue. In my case, I already found the issue. This is a customer's car. They rebuilt it and they brought it in because it had a lot of lights on. But they were messing with this ABS module, and I'm going to show you the problem in just a second. But I just also want to show you how you could go ahead and test the motor if you have to test the motor manually, if you don't have a scan tool. Because if you have a scan tool, you can command it from your scan tool, and the motor gonna kick on and you're gonna hear it. But if you don't have a scan tool, you can manually do it, and I'm gonna show you how to do that in just a second. Okay, so here I want to show you again what I did. I just took an alligator clip from positive and I connected it to one of the terminals inside here, just so it touches that pin and that it's inside. And then I have my negative for my battery terminal. You could use a jumper box. You don't have to use a battery. But what I'm going to do, and I'm going to just gently tap this other side of the lead. And this should move the motor. Like I said, it don't matter if it's positive or negative. It don't matter which way you hook it up. Just don't run it too long. Just tap it just to see if it moves. So let's see what happens. I'm going to bring my camera down and I'm going to tap it. You can clearly see that the motor moves. Okay, so now I know for a fact this motor is good. We don't need to worry about it. Next, I went ahead and I investigated the pump. the module assembly, because what these guys did, they went ahead and replaced the module. This is the module right here. This is the original module that was on the car, okay? And they went ahead and replaced it. So I'm going to show you. You can see these two long leads right here, two long pins that's sticking out. What these guys did when they replaced it, because normally if you buy this module, it comes as one assembly, but you could take it apart. What they did is, you could see, I hope my camera could catch this, but when they were putting it in, they bent the lead. The one lead is completely bent. Let me see if I can get the camera on it. Okay, as you can see, the one on the left, I'm not sure if I can get my finger there. The one that's on the left, right here, you can see it's completely bent. It's completely bent. And that didn't have a contact. That's why it was always giving that code, and they brought it in to get fixed. So I asked them what was done. They told us they tried to replace the module, because at first they thought it was something in the wiring or whatever. But, you know, they couldn't find anything in the wiring. They went and replaced the module. Well, they didn't do a good job. And that is the problem right there. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go ahead and fix that. And we're going to put everything back together. And I'll show you what's going on the dash. Just stay tuned with me. All right, as you guys can see, I put the motor back in. Just want to let you know, if you don't feel comfortable or if you don't have a good mechanical skills, don't do it. I just did it to show you that it could be done that way. Otherwise, you know, see a professional mechanic. It took me a little while to put it in, because there's two pins inside this block, ABS block. There's one pin on this side and one pin on the other side. So when you slide out this motor, those two pins, they pop right out. I mean they are actually. Alright guys, as you can see, I put everything back together. I just want to point something out, something very important. If you don't feel comfortable taking this motor out, then don't do it if you don't have any mechanical skills. But if, you know, there's some people that live in different countries where there's Honda dealerships are not available, you guys could do it that way, just how I showed, but do it at your own risk. When you pull this motor out, I just want to let you know there's two pins, one on this side, one on this other side. Once you pull it out, there's two pins, they're gonna pop right out. It will give you a hard time putting it back in. So what I end up doing, I end up taking this module off. There's 4 screws that hold it in place. They're right here. 1, 2, and then 2 in the bottom. And I end up actually putting a jumper box and running 2 alligator clips, and I activated the motor. So the motor turned over, and I was able to get my motor back in there. So just letting you know, it's going to be difficult putting it back in. But I had put it all back in. I'm going to go ahead and start the car, and I'll show you what happens. There you go. As you can see, all the lights went out. The only light I have on is the airbag and low fuel, but the airbag still system has to be replaced, so that's a total different thing. So if you like this video, throw us a like. If you don't, throw us a like. Just kidding. Once again, thanks for watching. This was George with Melnick's Automotive.